I feel like such a bad person right now. Okay, so, not because I think I've done anything necessarily wrong, but because of how my body is feeling. So, we all know that 2 days ago, my fucking tormentor messaged me back after a month and a fucking half of ghosting. I still can't get over that. He gave me a reason, which, if slash when we meet up, I will ask him a lot about that in depth, like what happened, why did you feel like you couldn't tell me that you were like gonna take time away or whatever, and we'll discuss it like that. But and this is where the issue comes in. I He's the first person that I've ever had a crush on, like properly. I'm 20 years old, and the first proper crush I've ever had is on him. Like, cause what I call it usually is like an infatuation period. So like I'll see someone, I'll think they're pretty, I like their personality, and then I talk to them, I talk to them, I talk to them, and then that's it. Because what's always happened is like I'd see like guys at my school and I think they're pretty. I'd talk to them a little bit and they wouldn't show me romantic interest back, so I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, let's just be friends because I see that there's no reciprocation happening. So I don't care romantically anymore because no. Um, and then not only did I find him pretty, he reciprocated, and reciprocated. What at the time I didn't know, but he reciprocated in the exact way, in the exact dynamic, and everything that I've secretly probably always wanted, but just never knew about. And then this is why I feel like a horrible person, right? Because I'm basically willing to drop anyone else for him, which poses an issue because literally the day before he messaged me, I matched with someone on Bumble. We're talking. We seem to be getting along well. And then he messages back. And I've not messaged that guy since he messaged back. So, like, what, 2 days now? And I feel like a shitty person because, like, I didn't feel like the instant spark with that guy, let's say. There could be a spark if we continue talking and we continue getting to know one another. But with Broski, not only do we have an already established relationship, but there's also for definite that spark there. And I'm hedging, like, well, not that I'm hedging my bets on, but like my mind, it almost like refuses to believe that we're not soulmates. So I'm like literally willing to give up so much of my time and energy to invest it back into him. And like we got out of the serious talkings yesterday, I think. Um, because when I talk seriously over text, it is properly punctuated. No word is contracted. So like instead of because I usually just write BC, I was writing BECAUSE. All the letters, every comma in the place it's supposed to be, every full stop where it's supposed to be, where I don't usually use full stops. Like, and then I stopped doing that yesterday in like one message, and then since then it's gotten a lot more casual. Um, he says that he can't meet me right now, even though he wants to, um, because he's a little bit tight for money right now, which is totally fine. But with me, I just want to get back to where we were before everything, right? And in order to get back to that, first of all, I have already told him that I'm not gonna be like initiating everything. Like, if this is something that he genuinely wants, he's gonna have to put the work in to get me to trust him again. Because if before we were sitting at like 50% trust, now we're at zero, and he needs to work on building that back up. And I made this very clear to him, and he said that's what I was planning on doing. Um, because I asked him like, what are your intentions with messaging me? And he was like, I'm hoping to like fix this, and then maybe if I prove that I'm not an absolutely horrible person, you'll like me. And I'm like, if only you knew. If only you fucking knew. But like, my, like, I want to see him. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe a little bit closer to like New Year's or something. I'll ask him like, hey, do you happen to be free on New Year's? Do you want to come to where I stay and we can spend the New Year's together? Because I'm not doing anything for New Year's right now. I don't know if any of my other friends are, but as of right now, I'm doing nothing. Which I don't mind because I spent New Year's by myself last year. Fun little story. I have this amazing song which I love. It's Good Day. Yeah, it's called Good Day by Weekly. Weekly spelt with three E's. And it's one of those songs where there's a constant rising synth throughout the whole song, and then it builds tension, but it never fully releases it. And then in the final chorus, it releases it. So I practiced and shit. I set up like a world clock on my not my laptop, on my computer, and so that on that final beat drop type thing, um, it would be the new year. And I fucked it up. I fucked it up because I didn't realize that the YouTube video was on 2 times speed. This was on 2 times speed because I was just quickly skimming through it, kind of something like that. And it was on 2 times speed. And then I just closed down the page with the clock so that I can pretend it was on the dot, even though I know for sure it wasn't, but it's fine. So, so maybe this year will be successful. Should I try using the same song again? I don't know. I might need to use a different song, but whatever. And yeah, I have ideas for what I would want to do if we see each other, like, cause I'm saying I don't want to go on a date with him right now. I feel like our first meetup should just be a casual talking session when we say everything that we need slash want to say. Um, Maybe I can go get changed and then pretty myself up, and then we can go do something dately, right? Um, but yeah, my plan is to basically have him come over. We'll sit outside for a little bit. I have a little book diary thing, so I'd get that. I would read him 3 diary entries. One, the day before he ghosted me. Well, I say ghosted. Why is it so hard to? Yeah, sorry, it's because I'm holding this. That was so hard for no reason. Um, Day before he ghosted me. Um, where I was just saying I hope that this can work out forever, right? Like, then the next one's a week after he ghosted me, which is I can't believe I let this fucking cunt manipulate me. I'll go and read the exact fucking way. Cause okay, I'm obviously not gonna read the full thing, but I love this lines or these lines specifically. Where is it? I can't help but conclude right now this was some ego trip where he just wanted to feel good about himself and weaponized me as a means to an end. Filthy, disgusting, egotistical, manipulative, unsympathetic, inconsiderate, untrustworthy, rage-inducing. What a piece of work. I want to look him in the fucking eyes while I read that and be like, this is how you made me feel. I was rereading our chat logs almost every day. I thought of you almost every single day. Yeah. And then the last diary entry is the one after that because it's 3 consecutive ones. Which was a few days later where I was like, this is all the things that I want to like do in a relationship or when exclusive with someone. He's in the forefront of my mind, but I'm just talking about the general case. And I wrote 25 things down that, I think would be like fun to experience in a relationship. So I want to read him those 3. I want to read him my I want to read him my notes app thing, like memo thing, which I wrote full of possible excuses for why he ghosted me, left me on red, whatever it is. Um, and yeah, I want him to fully understand just how much shit he put me through. I want him to understand that he really fucking hurt me and he can't do it again. I already made it very clear to him that he gets a second chance and a second chance only, and that I stick to my promises because I don't do empty promises, I don't do lies, and I don't do liars. I'm making it known that he made me literally feel like I was going insane that one day that I decided to start my YouTube channel. Um, and then he's a catalyst for me starting this YouTube channel, aka a video diary. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be super forthright with him. I don't think that's the right word, but whatever. Just because I'm not trying to guilt trip him. I just need him to understand how much like he had meant to me in those 5 days. And the reason why I would never come back to him a second time. Because if all of this happened after one, like you leaving, right? Why would I come back to you a second time? It happens again. Like, I'm not gonna go through. God, I'm wording this really badly. But, like, okay. So, he left. I had a mental breakdown. He comes back. I tell him I had a mental breakdown. He leaves again, in theory. And then I have another mental breakdown, in theory. Why would I then go back into the thing again with him? So, being with him for a third time now to potentially experience a third mental breakdown, right? Like, it's just. And if he actually cares about me, like how he says he cares about me, and that he wants to be better the way he says he wants to be better, then he should know the ramifications of his actions. He should know to what extent I care for him and to what extent his like presence in my life is valued. And if he leaves, these are going to be the direct consequences of your actions. Because you didn't know that first time around, but now you're going to know a second time around. So hopefully you're the kind of person where you want to avoid hurting someone you care about, so you will do whatever you can to, stop that, prevent that outcome. But yeah, that's like just the main point, is to read the diary entries with him and just talk about everything I went through. Not for guilt trip reasons, but for reasons like just so he understands fully. Because I'm not gonna let him guilt trip me. Like, this entire situation, it's on him. I did nothing wrong at any point. I don't think so. he just left and then came back. It's just crazy. But I really do feel so bad about that guy because it's like, what do I say? Because a really big part of me just wants to message him and be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I'm such a shit person, but my soulmate came back and I need to go and be with him under any circumstances possible. And I'm not prioritizing you, and that's not fair on you. And I might have to do that. I might have to have that conversation, but I don't want to. I'll definitely message tomorrow. Definitely. God, but that's so awkward. Because I don't think he's a bad guy. Like, I think we could be friends. But I also think that we have maybe a potential to be something else. But I can't invest my all into that potential knowing that my heart is somewhere else completely. It's so complex. Like, because I actually feel like a shitty person. Because, like, now that he's here, I don't care about anyone else, right? That's the vibe. But it's also like, I don't know, lead anyone on. And I feel like if I talk to him and I don't tell him fully what's going on, then that's kind of the same as leading him on. I don't know. I'll message him tomorrow. I don't know what. Someone fucking leave a comment helping me. No one's gonna no one's gonna leave a comment before tomorrow helping me. I know that for sure. I don't know. It's crazy. Okay. I need to go see if he's messaged me now. Oh my god, this is so bad. This is so bad. This is so bad. Cause we're messaging on Hinge because his fucking like Instagram got hacked or something. And he has a new one, but he hasn't given it to me. So I'm like, do I ask for it? But then Hinge doesn't send me any like notifications for some fucking reason. They've just disabled the message notifications. Like, the fuck? But like my notifications are still on. They're just not sending through. So I have to like check to see if he's messaged. But like, what I'll be doing is I'll be like, I don't know. Uh, I'll watch an anime episode. And then I'll check and it'll be like he messaged 25 minutes ago and it's like, oh, I could have responded before I watched the anime episode. I don't know, lads. I really don't fucking know. Just a jumbled mess. And yet, you know what? I'm still gonna be here. And because I am a hopeless romantic, I am gonna be hopeful that this works out in exactly the way I planned it to. Well, not exactly the way I planned it to, the way I plan it to. Which is where he'll put in effort and we will live happily ever after together. Because we're perfect. We're perfectly fucked up together. It's fine. I just want to see him. That's it. But if he can't travel, I'm not traveling to where he is. Because, like, what if I travel all that way and it turns out that you don't even live there and you stand me up? I'm not doing that shit. Which is why I don't even know for 100% certainty that he's not a catfish. So I'm not doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. Okay. I should go and check if he's messaged me. Okay, bye bye.